Hello friends, it's Dr. John WorldPeace JD coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico, November the 8th, 23. This commentary is entitled The Censure of Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib of Michigan is proof of the Zionist ownership of the United States Congress. 23/11/07, which is my way to date things, year, month, day. Let me be clear, I'm the only advocate for Jesus Christ per John 14:25. I'm a spiritual Christian, not a Christian nationalist. I am the one who has come to teach you the ways of the third millennium, second reformation of Christianity, and to bring the remembrance of all that Jesus said 2,000 years ago. I've been saying this for years, and not a single Christian preacher or preach has challenged me on this truth. I stand ready to defend this truth to all false preachers and priests who belly crawl to support the apartheid nation of Zion, which is an abomination to the Constitution of the United States of America. After the Zionists crucified Jesus, God allowed the Romans in 72 AD to raise Jerusalem, including the Temple of Solomon, and disperse the Jews out of ancient Israel into the four corners of the world. In 600, God rose up Muhammad and gave the Muslims the Temple Mount in the ancient land of Israel. And in the 1940s, God allowed the Nazis to kill 6 million Jews. Let anyone who denies that God did this confront me, and I will stand fast against such a lie as God's witness. Let me tell you this revelation of God. The Zionists are not the chosen people of God. Zionist Israel is not the chosen nation of God. In 1776, God set up the United States of America as a chosen nation of God and its people as a chosen people of God. And let it be known that any American who subordinates America to Zionism is an abomination to God and fake and false Christian nationalist. Where is the evidence, you ask? The evidence is that America is the only nation in the world that is a peaceful melting pot of all religions, all nations, all races, all genders in the world human society. Zionism is nothing but a fascist Nazi clone. America is a radical left, liberal, chosen nation of God. Joe Biden has betrayed his mandate to support the United States Constitution that has set up America as an example of God's truth and his commandments and message of Jesus Christ of radical left liberalism to feed the hungry, heal the sick, and shelter the homeless under penalty of being condemned to hell if not championed, including those who claim to be saved. The red-letter words of Jesus are that to not follow this commandment of Jesus is to go to hell. Matthew 25:41. Read it for yourself. I, Dr. John WorldPeace JD, the only advocate for peace and world peace in the world human society, and the only advocate for Jesus Christ, John 14:25, have heard the voice of the Lord say that Zionism made a covenant with God to suffer the Nazi Holocaust of the 1940s and then become the world champion for civil rights in all nations of the world. The Zionists have broken that covenant with God and instead copied the Nazi evil as evidenced by their Zionist Holocaust in Gaza. There's no war in Gaza, but a Zionist Holocaust in Gaza. That is what Zionist soldiers who kill unarmed Gazans. Zion is not the chosen nation of God, and its people are not the chosen people of God. Those titles belong to the United States of America and all Americans. Due to the undeniable hatred that infests the world human society, the Zionists and Muslims will never live in peace in one nation. So there must be two nations of Israel and Palestine, which has been denied by the United States and Zion since 1945. When the Zionist Holocaust in Gaza is ended, which it could be by Joe Biden in one phone call to Netanyahu, the Palestinian Muslims, the progeny of Ishmael, the firstborn of Abraham, and per the guarantees of the United Nations, which dictates that all human beings will have a right to citizenship in the world human society. The nation of Israel will be removed back to the 1967 lines of division between Israel and Palestine. And in addition, the Zionists will pay for the rebuilding of Gaza, which they destroyed, and who will pay $500,000 for every adult Gazan murdered and $1 million for every Gazan child murdered in the Zionist Holocaust they have maintained against Palestine. And let Netanyahu know that if he employs an atomic bomb in Iran, he and all Zionists will suffer an unfathomable wrath of God and the end of support by the United States of America. Let me refer you to God's wrath imposed upon Cain, who murdered his brother Abel. And when asked by God to Cain, where was Abel? Cain said he was not his brother's keeper. Genesis 4:9. As was the punishment of Cain, so will be the punishment, greater punishment, against Zion for its murder of their brothers and sisters. The time comes that the rebuke of Zion When the time comes, the rebuke of Zion will be God imposed, and no one will doubt it. Joe Biden is president and defender of Palestinian Americans, as he is to Zionist Americans. One nation under God, and Biden has discounted and ignored his mandate to support American Palestinians equally with Zionist Americans. Biden has rejected that mandate and will, as of this writing, be denied re-election in 2024, as will Donald Trump, who championed an insurrection against the United States on January 6, 2021. Anyone who supports the insurrectionist and traitor Donald Trump is also an American traitor and anarchist. I support Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib as a representative of Palestinian Americans and a reminder to Joe Biden of his oath to all Americans, regardless of national origin, Palestinian Americans equally with Zionist Americans. As I have written it, let it be understood. This is Dr. John WorldPeace JD, the only global advocate for world peace, the only advocate for Jesus Christ, John 14:25, the independent maverick write-in candidate for President USA 24. Let those who have ears hear and those who have eyes see. Thank you for your consideration. Good day.